A lot of girls go on there just to
women swipe right on Tinder 4.5% of the time.
Men
Tell me that's not that attention whoring, bro.
Look at a guy go on Tinder. This is what it looks like. Not the same for girls.
And if you're a guy on Tinder and then that's what you're doing, just do understand that you are of low value material.
I know you've seen the Courtney Ryan videos, and don't equate this like, oh, Miami girls are different.
They step back out of necessity.
They're from all different places of the earth. You're saying that it's just Miami, but how much do you really think that they want to settle down with the average guy? We can do it right now.
It's a dumb question because nobody wants average. Like even an average guy, given like the opportunity, wouldn't want the average woman. Everybody wants about average. But I think there are a lot of, if you go talk to normal people outside of like the world of YouTube and shit, there are lots of average men with average women. Most people date and marry within their class, within their education, within their race, within their geographic region. That happens like 95% of people around the world. Like, yeah, of course.
Why are marriage rates declining so much, and why are
marriage rates declining for a whole bunch of reasons that don't have to do with the one-dimensional analysis of a woman the celebrity one time on Instagram and now she won't go back to another guy.
It's not just the celebrity thing, but it's all of hypergamy. That's why there's less marriage. People are like, don't know how to settle.
Hypergamy has nothing to do with marriage. You're playing the game again where you're saying one guy a lot of women the same as one guy dates a lot of women. Hypergamy doesn't keep women out of the dating market. It's bigger than just the celebrity thing. It's Tinder, it's social media. People think that they have so many options now because of our phone. It's not just okay, newsflash, because men don't know this. Women have always had a lot of options.
Always.
Since the year zero, every single woman has been offered by every single guy they talk to. Yes.
Now they talk to
until that doesn't matter. Since you're 11 years old, you got guys that are hitting on you constantly. Hold on. Men see Tinder today, and they're like, oh my God, a woman can open her phone and find 100 guys to Bro, in 1980, a woman could walk outside and find 100 guys to It's not new. No.
I agree that women have always had a lot of options, but to not consider the degree or the scale of the options in our tumultuous social media society as it is considered today, I think is a bit short-sighted. But the fact is, it's really not just about social media. It's really just the advancement of technology, which increases the access from person to person. I mean, shit, think about the increase of access when we went from horse and buggy to cars, or when we went from cars to planes. But now that we've gone from planes to social media, the scale is now as infinite as the people that exist on this planet. The fact is that throughout human history, beautiful women have had men fiercely competing for them. But now through the internet, that competition has turned hyper competitive. And these hyper competitive men may slide into a girl's DM, thus increasing what she thinks her value is in the world on the society. But often they misconstrue their sexual value versus their relationship value.
You're right, however, there's scale. Before, they have to go outside and find the guys. Now they could be in their home, on a plane. It's like, for example, in this case, the skill is different. It's global.
It's not global for 99% of people. A girl going in Kansas City is not getting flown out to Dubai.
Yeah, she is, bro.
No.
Nigga, today.
You guys are wild. You guys are wild.
Tonight.
You're coping.
Hold on, I just want to hear, for the record, for you three to answer this, what percentage of college women do you think are being flown around the world? I want to hear from all three of you.
If I had to argue,
I want to hear.
Off of like probability-wise, if I argue, maybe like 30, 40, 50.
Damn. That's a high number. That's a high number.
Wait a minute, before we go on. Notice the responses from the table. Sneako's like, nah, bro. I'm sitting out this one. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not giving no number for this one. No support for Fresh over here. I wonder what Myron's about to say. All of the women over here are just blank stares, just completely confused at what the hell he's talking about. 30, 40, 50%, that's high as shit. Destiny like, I got him. That's so high. For example, I went to Penn State University for undergrad. In all of the campuses, it's about 80,000 people. So 40,000 of those are women. So 50% of that is 20,000. So you think 20,000 women on that campus are getting flown out to Dubai? That's ridiculous. Even on the low side of the scale, right? What is that, 12,000 people? 12,000 women getting flown out to Dubai at 30%? That's absolutely ridiculous.
So I can answer this question properly. Does she live on campus and she's a college student?
Yeah.
Properly.
Then she's going to go ahead and settle for the top guys on her college campus.
Okay, so geography, class, so the thing I said earlier.
Yeah.
What if she's staying at home? Yeah, I said that people tend to date within their
you got to remember, a typical university is going to have kids from all over the country.
Okay, say it's a state school in Iowa. Are those girls getting flown to Dubai?
Off season, they can be.
Okay, 30, 40%, is that what you said?
It's a lot.
Well, globally speaking, but I'm just saying, like, for example,
you understand that's the actual number is like less than 0.1%, right?
Just real quick, I think Fresh's numbers are actually coming from the unrealistic microcosm of our society called Instagram. What do I mean by this? Well, if you go up on Instagram, within 10 minutes, you can see 200 beautiful women. But walk on a college campus, and you may not see 200 beautiful women until 3 or 4 weeks. So I think his numbers are just skewed by what he sees as he flicks on social media. Yeah, like maybe 30, 40 to 50% of the women that you look at on Instagram get flued out to Dubai to get on. You understand what I'm saying? Let's proceed.
Getting flown out?
Of girls getting flown out to guys from normal
Very
girls.
Little. Very little. It's very little. I'm from Vegas and now I'm Miami. I've never done that.
Have you ever been flown out?
No.
You've never been flown out?
I mean, Destiny, I don't think the point here, I don't think the important thing here is to establish of girls getting flown out. It's that the opportunity is there. And on top of that, if you're going to use college girls, for example, right? Because I've talked about this with college campuses, etc. Most of the women gravitate towards the highest status men. Who are these guys? The fraternity guys and the sports guys.
For sex, not for dating. The top guys aren't dating all the women.
Yeah, the thing is,
they want that guy, and they think they can date that guy. Yeah. So it's difficult for them to go backwards when they have an influx of options. Here's the thing.
Wait, go ahead.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
So it's difficult for them to go back, but they also misconstrue their dating value versus their sexual marketplace value. And those things are very different. Like, for example, for sexual marketplace value, yeah, perhaps getting your BBLs and getting your eyelashes looking like this and getting your chest implants, all these things, maybe that raises your sexual marketplace value, your recreational use marketplace value, but it doesn't raise your marriageable material market value or even your courting market value at all. And they get these things confused when they look down into their DMs and they see a blue check mark. Let's proceed.
I get what you're saying, that, girls have been getting hit on since the 80s and everything else like that. The difference is scale, right? So if a girl has a basic internet profile, right, and she's somewhat attractive and has some Instagram or maybe even a Tinder or a Bumble, etc., she is going to have hundreds, if not thousands of options, whereas 20, 30 years ago, before the advent of social media and the internet, she would have had to go outside to get that same level. She would have had to put herself together, go to a nightclub, put herself in a social situation, etc. But nowadays, she could sit at home, put some pictures up, and get the same level of attention, if not 10 times more, from men all over the country, all over the world. Now, am I saying that every girl's going to bite on it and actually get flued out by some blue star, blue check rapper? No. But that goes a lot to her psyche as to, okay, I'm getting hit up by this caliber of man. I probably deserve this caliber of man to some degree. This is why most women nowadays don't want to date average guys.
The standards have been raised, and you know that.
The standards have been raised, but for a totally different reason.
And let's say another thing too. Here's the other part of it. So they're getting attention on the internet. Now here's the second part of it. I'm writing a whole book about this shit. Feminism. Women make their own money now.
Yes, that's the reason. So, not the social media.
It's a two-pronged
thing. The working is way more.
It's a two-pronged thing. It's a multivariate situation. But feminism is also a large component, because with feminism, women make their own money. So they no longer have to saddle themselves with a loser that could provide, because they could provide it themselves. So if I can make my own money, and I want men as a choice, not necessarily a necessity like 50 years ago, I'm going to pick the best I can absolutely get and not settle for less, which is why a lot of women feel as though I make $100,000 per year. I'm attractive. I get attention. I want a top tier caliber guy. This is where a lot of women stand.
Sure. So firstly, the average decently hot chick on a college campus does not have guys from all over the world in her DMs. That's an exceptional person. That's not the average person. That's not the average person.
I'm in DMs.
It's not the average. You guys are only seeing the people that are reaching out to the shows, or the people that are trying to blow their shit up.
I'm in their DMs.
Maybe Sneako is perusing fucking Florida State University fucking girls on Instagram. The average pretty hot girls on Instagram are not I feel like you guys think that 25% of girls wake up in the morning, take some pictures of their feet for OnlyFans, make $500 doing that.
That's not right.
They get on Tinder, they get a free steak dinner, they go to class, they plan their Friday, Saturday around which guy is going to fly around, and that's a quarter of girls on college campuses. That's not how it's going. Mm-hmm. And then to what you were saying about how girls are, the ones that aren't international, they're just the top guys on their college campuses. What's the difference between that now and over the past 100 years? There have always been top men in every area of life. You're never in an area in life where it's just one guy and one girl and you're isolated from everybody else. You're always in jobs where there's our bosses and managers and CEOs. You're always in colleges or schools where there are top performing students or athletes. You're always in communities where there are the leaders of the community. This has always been the history of competing in society for women. There's nothing new today about that, aside from maybe some girls are in Instagram. But I don't think it's the 20 to 30 to 40% or whatever that Fresh said are getting floated around the world.
I think that they're both right. Instagram, because it's a visual application, it favors women. Why? Because men are visual in nature. So a woman 30 years ago who's a 6 may not have gotten a lot of attention from the guys in her geographical region, but take that 6 and put it on Instagram, and there's a lot more dudes that would be attracted to it because she has access to the geography outside of where she is from. At the same time, I agree with what Myron said. Modern women today have an access to just as much money as what a man makes, and they use that or their college degrees and education as a barometer to think of what type of man that they have access to, has left them in a completely deluded state where they can't get beyond their own achievements to understand that most men don't even like that. Let's proceed.
I'm saying is that it's opened up, and it used to be a dating marketplace where it was just localized. Now it's globalized. And I'm not saying they're actually going out and flying with these guys, but they have the option to do it. Yeah. And that does a lot for a person's psyche when they know this is the caliber of guy that's reaching out to me. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket and use that validation to make myself feel a certain way. And this is why girls, again, in the book, I talk about this explicitly. Women on Tinder and Bumble, they spend several hours on the site. However, most girls never either don't swipe right or they never actually go on a date, but they spend a ridiculous amount of time on Tinder. Why? Well, it's because attention, validation helps boost their ego. A lot of girls I've seen create a Tinder account after getting broken up with just so they can feel better.
Yeah, I'm sure some people do
Some
it.
guys
but
do
I
it
just
too.
think the problem is that we talk about
A lot
the
of men
problem
do
is
that too.
so overstated. The problem is so overstated. And then you feed these people
Men
these
want Tinder
narratives that
to
like,
have sex.
yeah, people have this idea that like you're just up in the dating where you can't compete.
Girls go on Tinder to get attention.
No,
Big difference.
It's the
A
same
lot go to
thing.
get-
Guy goes on Tinder with
A lot go on there to get their hips rearranged.
the express intent of meeting the girl and having sex with the girl. The girl goes on Tinder for the express intent of talking to that guy and never reciprocating physically.
Do you not know how many thirsty out there? Like,
I think this is a weird argument for him to present because the conclusion is that he's never gone on to a dating app and received the guts or cheeks because of it. I think it would have been more accurate if he said 9s and 10s go on Tinder for validation, because that I can understand, because 9s and 10s don't need to be on dating apps because they get way too much validation and attention within where they live at. Most of those girls, I would agree, are on there for validation. Let's see what the young lady over here has to say, though.
a lot of girls go on there just to
Women swipe right on Tinder
Yeah, they do.
4.5% of the time.
Men
Tell me
swipe
that's
like
not them
90%.
attention whoring, bro.
Look at a guy go on Tinder. This is what it looks like.
That's
Not the same for girls.
Girls and
If you're a guy on Tinder and then that's what you're doing, just do understand that you are of low value material.
they swipe right on 4.5, and the flake rate at that 4.5% is somewhere between 53 to 70%. Women flaking.
Unless she does go on a date, she'll make it turned off. So nothing will happen.
Girls
Have
universally
you seen
use
the girls
dating
that are in
apps.
Miami?
They use
A
dating
lot of
apps
girls
to
don't-
funnel people to
don't give a
OnlyFans
fuck
or
about
to get attention.
Anything. They just.
Hold on, are you on Tinder?
I am not on Tinder, but I know a lot of girls that are,
a lot
and
of
they
thoughts
they
on
literally
Tinder.
just go to fuck. Like
Really?
it's not to have any emotional connection or to
Really?
get any. It's literally to.
Yeah.
Yes,
How many girls do you know that use Tinder too? Because you would say.
more than 10. Yeah.
Of your friends?
Okay, wait, hold on, dude. I feel like you guys have no real world experience. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay,
do.
I'm not the most. Yeah, I do. Apparently the only
Mario
one. Apparently the
professionally.
only one here. That
And now
goes,
you're real
"Listen,
world there, guy, gaming all day. Okay.
I'm 10 years older than you. Okay, you've got like 6 years in the adult world.
Well, you said it
barely,
for them to be
because
the
you've
same
been
age as you.
YouTubing your entire life. You haven't even lived a real life
Okay.
yet.
You're
okay?
the same age as you.
So-
You game all day, but you have more life
that's
experience.
great. That's great. Okay. So if you go to California as a normal guy, okay, without putting my socials or anything on Tinder, it's a hard game. You're swiping a lot and you're doing a lot of conversations. But I was fucking girls on Tinder in California, and I'm not like a fucking ripped
what
nigga
year?
Chad.
What year? How long ago?
Like I lived in California. I lived in Glendale 4 years ago, Culver City 3 years ago, Huntington Beach 2
when
years
were you
ago.
killing it on Tinder?
And not killing it, but like I could probably find like 1 to 2 girls a month.
What year was this?
What?
What year was this?
Like in the past like 2, 3, 4 years.
Listen, if this blue-haired feminist with his smooth muscles is able to find 1 to 2 women per month, then a lot of you guys have a lot of explaining to do. You understand what I'm saying? By the way, I'm just joking, by the way. I really bang with your content, Destiny. Let's proceed.
2, 3, 4 years ago. You can do it as a guy.
No.
But bro, have you guys on Tinder have you've got random pictures of f***ing mountains. You've got
Destiny.
blurry f***ing selfies.
Destiny.
You've got like a picture of you in the dark corner of the room where you look like a sociopath, and the guys will come out. No, hold on. These perfect guys will come out. These like 5'11" dudes that look perfectly fine. We're like, oh, I'm not 6'2". Like, I can't get any girls. They're hypergamous. Blah blah blah. It's like, no, mother. You either act weird, your pictures suck, or you're not putting any effort in. You get shot down by 2 girls on Tinder, and you spend the rest of your life browsing like red pill videos talking about how like all women are shit or whatever. Like that's what happens.
Destiny, your own explanation of 1 to 2 a month, maybe, it says a lot. Dude, guys are struggling, bro. Especially on Tinder, bro.
Okay, compared to in college.
famous,
wait,
bro.
hold on. You think
famous.
the average guy is like, if they could 1 or 2 different girls a month, they wouldn't be happy?
That's not what he's saying.
If they can. And you're saying that you did. That doesn't mean that they can.
No, okay. I'm not trying to be too self-deprecating, okay? But
And you're also famous, Destiny.
I'm not against. No, that was without social because I didn't want to find people that found me through my stream.
But the girls did research, bro. I promise.
How are you gonna find me through research?
Bro, yo, a girl can look at your Tinder
There's
profile,
ways.
put your face into this app, which will go ahead and link you to social
I use
media.
different pictures. It's obvious. I can obviously tell when a girl knows me or don't. There were a couple that I would meet up and they would say some shit. You could say no cap all you want, but there are a ton of people that use Tinder.
you're
There are a
famous,
ton
bro.
of people that hit you up.
I don't think
I
that's
wasn't
the
that
reason
famous
for
3 or 4 years ago. I've blown up a lot over the past like year or two.
Bro.
Or
You are
okay, or
famous.
we could do the alternative, which
We
is
can't compare you to a
I'm
regular
sorry.
guy.
Hold on.
You're famous.
A normal guy on Tinder, that's unbelievable. But 40% of women on an Iowa, Kansas City college campus are getting flown out to Dubai to. That's the world we're in right now. Just to be clear, that's what we're saying is normal. Okay?
Oh, the bird right there. Yo, he's a debate master. He's a debate wizard. I love what he did right there because people are getting on him for him being a normal guy on Tinder, banging 1 or 2 per month, which, you know, I think if you spend all of your time on Tinder just swiping and shit like that, you can absolutely hit that achievement, especially like if you don't do all the things that he's talking about. Get yourself about that dark room, go get a photographer, go get some good lighting photos, put it up on there, smile, show a little bit of teeth, all of those different type of things like that. But then to bring it back from a conversation from a couple of minutes ago about the ridiculousness of 30 to 40 to 50% of women getting flown out to Dubai, I think is debate genius right there. Let's proceed.
All schools around America. I didn't just say Iowa, okay?
Even all schools around the world, the number's less than
the
1%.
percentage
And they may have
would remain the
options.
same.
Doesn't mean that they're actually going to do it. I'm just saying the possibility is there that they can actually do it.
They've been offered.
Okay.
They've been offered.
All right, I don't want
Pylon.
to capital or dominate the topic.
No, it's fine. I mean, like I said, I mean, but it's. I mean, the Tinder and the dating app stats are, bro, they're universal. And I agree with you. A big part of the reason why guys fail is because their pictures do suck. There's accountability there.
Yeah.
However, a woman can take shitty pictures and still kill it on Tinder versus
Kill
a guy
it with
can't.
f***ing, not with finding relationships, though. You have to keep remembering our goals are different. Guys are looking for sex. Girls are usually looking for relationships. So, of course, like, girls can kill it on Instagram from the guy's perspective, but not from the woman's perspective.
Remember,
That's
they're
true.
still getting the opportunity to get the relationship. The man never gets an opportunity, period.
You know, but it's a totally different set of problems, right?
You know what?
Like, guys don't know what it's like trying to curve a girl. There might be like a girl. That term doesn't even
Let's
exist,
ask
right?
the
Whereas
ladies.
girls might have like 15 different tests to find out if a guy is serious or not. And not to mention there's the whole like safety shit that comes up too. Like, it's totally different games that we play when it comes to hooking up with
But at
people.
least they get that.
I completely disagree. We gotta get him out of the house a little bit more. There's absolutely fuck girls that are out there. There's absolutely foodie calls that's going out in these streets right here. Let's go out to eat. She dined and dashes. You understand what I'm saying? By dine and dash, I mean that, you know, you sit her up after that, like, yo, what's good? No responses and shit like that. Oh, okay, you just muse me for the money in my pocket in order to feed you that night. You sick bastard. It happens though.
The opportunity is my point.
You guys have the opportunity. You just gotta make the opportunity
Ladies here
happen.
consider, right? Let's ask them how they feel about this whole dating topic of dating apps and Instagram.
Wait, let me say one final thing, and then you can go around, okay? You said something earlier that I 100% agree with, and I wish people would focus on it more.
What?
I think for the majority of human history, men needed to bring one thing to the table to get almost any girl they wanted, and that's an income. It was the
yeah.
only fucking work that we had to put in. Whereas women from birth are trained to do a lot of things around the household, usually, especially in more traditional countries. Like, women are cleaning the house, they're taking care of siblings, they're like doing all the shit around, you know, they're being trained by mom, and like the boys are treated as like little princes. They have to do good in school and they got to do that shit. But for the most part, like, men just need to get a job and then you get a woman because women can't work. But now that women have finally gotten to work, right? Women have also been putting in all this work, like emotionally, to figure out how to manage their friends and do all that bullshit or whatever, stuff that men traditionally didn't care about because we didn't have to. But now we're in the world where we go out to the dating market and we're like, hey, I've got an income. And a woman's like, okay, and what else? And you're like, my dad didn't train me for this. Nobody in society is talking about this because men traditionally haven't had to compete in other areas. So I think the important thing is to tell men, hey, don't be a schizoid, autistic loser. Learn how to like take care of your house. You should be able to do dishes and do the laundry. Of course. Have more than like one piece of furniture in your whole apartment. Okay. Don't piss all over the toilet seat when you're at somebody's house. If you bring a girl over, have a trash can in the back. Like basic human things that a lot of guys.
Really obvious stuff. When you start all of this,
it's not obvious.
If you're gonna become a high earner, you need to be clean. You need to have a nice place.
No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that shit. Dude, the average high earner now is a fucking schizoid work from home tech bro in San Francisco that probably wears the same outfit for a week straight because he doesn't have to go outside ever. What do you mean?
Well, to be fair,
all right. I'm gonna pause it right here. I think this is absolutely great snippet from the show, and I do hope that they continue to bring Destiny back onto the platform because I think he gives a different perspective in a way that allows the conversation of the room to elevate beyond the surface level kind of if this then that conversations that can happen full of room of women that have to be initially educated regarding all of the red pill truths. So the conversation could go so many other different places once the people in the room understand the concepts of the red pill and can dive down to another layer, can peel back the onion, because they have enough information to challenge some of the suppositions that are made as kind of blanketed, truthful statements. I think for all men, understanding components of the red pill is absolutely necessary. But the rabbit hole that I see so many men going down into, sitting in front of a computer, memorizing the rules, the protocols, and the procedures, instead of actively and diligently working to improve or to increase your value into this world, or actually getting out there and having conversations with real women in order to work on your game or your mouthpiece. It can absolutely be too much consumption, or even worse, you just stay in this red pill rage state, which forms nihilism or this gross abyss level negativity within your life. And the cousin of negativity and nihilism is a scarcity mindset. And having a scarcity mindset cannot lead to a happy, joyous, and a fulfilled life. And why is that? Because building relationships and building community is absolutely necessary, especially as men age, to fulfilling a complete life. Now, at the end of the day, nobody is imperfect. Both men and women, we got our own things to work on. If you're a man on your journey towards self-mastery, over-consuming 9,999 different ways of hypergamy this and red pill that is not good for you. Why? Because you need balance. Why? Because relationships are the currency of life. And the fact of the matter is, men and women are better together. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. What you guys think about today's video? I think this one is gonna bring for a lot of comments down in the comment box down below. Shout out to the Fresh and Fit boys. Shout out to Sneako. Shout out to Destiny. Shout out to the girls that was around that table, even though they didn't really say much of anything. But I think it was a great conversation, so I wanted to make sure to bring it up to this platform so we can have a formal conversation about it. Last but not least, guys, I got a Patreon. Hooked up to that Patreon is my Discord server, my inner sanctum, as I like to be able to refer to it. If you want to holler at me or anyone else that's down into my inner circle, y'all already know where to find me. Click the link down in the description box down below. Until next time, YouTube, peace.
You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell them man you can't jack. The big girl, the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell them man you can't jack. The big girl, the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. Dead bars, need a fibrillation ASAP. Get boxed with a straight gap. I'm reminded of mind state they lack. Every time that they incline, we go way back. All they wanna be is just ruthless. Never seen war.